The hoots of owls and the flats of bats could be heard within the night. The painting above held tiny cracks which shed the only signs of light. November's eve hid grass and trees, the wind gave off a chill. A lonely widow gave forth a seed, no father found a shield. Hath he been slave to all his ways, the stars are surely dim. Roots rip relentlessly like jewels from graves, apart from limb to limb. Hopefully you find your way. Hopefully you find your way. That Thomas Hardy, what up? Shakespeare, what up? I had to be a rebel. Girl from called Antigonus. A poem a dude wrote a long time ago, but a girl was reciting it.
I don't think we played that yet.
Basically the poem was like, I met a man last night upon the stair, but he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? She said, yesterday, he wasn't there again. But she keeps saying how she seen him, you know what I'm saying? And she like, yo, go away. I wish you would go away. You know what I'm saying? But I looked that shit up, and I mean, like, his dark side, because she said it comes at 3 a.m., you know what I mean? It comes in the night, but it's never there physically, you feel me? And then that's when the beat riding out, you can hear the little violins, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going at it. I was like, yo, this don't relate perfectly to this my own concept I haven't been able to put out lately, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of feel I want it, you know what I mean? I be feeling like a lot of people can't relate, you know what I'm saying? So when I heard a poem with a lady talking about that, I was like, oh, she must have related, even though it was 1800 years ago, in 1800, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I bet. My favorite character is Gollum. You ever heard of him? From The Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
I haven't watched the first 3 Hobbits yet, you know what I'm saying? That's my nerd side, you know what I mean? But I have a plan to watch them because it shows him before his whole addiction, you know what I'm saying? And I actually heard you see a more clever, more dark side to him, you know what I'm saying? And so like I wanted to really like get a grasp of who he was. And so that's why, you know what I mean, I'm putting out this new tape. It's like called Thunderstorms on Wednesday, because it's like the thunderstorm that you go through in your life. You can come out one or two ways, you feel me? You can come out violent, or you can come out clean, you know what I mean? And so anyway, that whole woman idea was temptation. Excluding the song Pink Roses, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's real, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? You was talking about my little tattoo on my shoulder, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's cool to really say it out, like right now exactly what it is, 'cause I done talked about it for so long, but like in 2013, she represents like my addiction, you know what I mean? She represents my addiction, man. It's wild when something come in your life and it's bad for you, but you don't even know it because it's a void that it's in and it feel good, you know what I'm saying? So can you do me a favor? Numerous times I wouldn't see her over and over, you know what I'm saying? Even though she come at the same way, I want to see her, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I don't forget it, you know what I mean? That's how I don't forget it. I always see that. I be like, the times when I'm questioning, that's when it ain't right. Because when you question something, you know what I mean? Keep it real with you. I want to get signed to Dreamville, dude. You feel me? I want to get signed to Dreamville. I ain't got no doubts about it. Like, doubts in terms of what I want to do. But you know, you always got them doubts of like, yo, I was at work the other day and I told this girl, she was like, yo, what you trying to do with your life? You know what I'm saying? You about to graduate, right? I was like, yeah. She said, what's your major? People always ask, what's your major? Like, they trying to, like, after they hear that, they know everything about you. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, it's English. And then I already knew what she was going to say. You want to be a teacher? You know what I'm saying? And like, honestly though, I do want to be a teacher though. But like, not necessarily like in a school system. You know what I'm saying? And I plan to keep making music. You know what I mean? Whenever I feel it. Some things I might hear, it might sound crazy. Like, I don't even know. I can't really explain it. You have to hear it. But I feel like that's the only way I can really give y'all me though. Feel me? So I plan to keep making music. You know what I'm saying? And just really meet people. You know what I mean? But my eyes on Dreamville though. You know what I'm saying? That's where my eyes at. So once that pop off, I already know. You know what I'm saying? I already know that like the opportunity there. You know what I'm saying? Just it's a matter of if all of us are going to go grab it though. You feel me? I'm gonna start with talking about college, man. You feel me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gotta talk about them. Alright, so since I've been in college since 2011, this past year slowed down because I kind of figured the system out, you know what I mean? But before that, I probably got told like at least 20 times. That's why you gotta be quiet, just look at the camera, because you just gotta let them feel that shit. Like, at least 20 times. Like just imagine going outside. You know, you about to get in your whip, you know what I'm saying? You might about to go hoop with the homies, you know what I'm saying? Or you about to just go to the crib back home and you got a little bit of gas money, you know what I'm saying? In the same spot that you parked in, that don't go on, you feel me? But you already, when you see it, you know it was UNC Charlotte. Just leave it up to them to do that. So anyways, I don't really rock with that, you feel me? Because you pay so much bread to go to school. I pay so much bread, you know what I mean? $500 is a lot of bread, like outside of like loans helping me out and grant, the few grants you do get versus the many loans you get, you know why they do that. So anyways, I don't really rock with it, man. Then the little ride down the highway, after you get your car out of the tow shop, you know what I'm saying, you back to the crib, you having a bad day already. You know what I mean? You ride on the highway and you see the sign on the side that's talking about, hey yo, $80 million if you win this jackpot. Like, that don't be real. That don't be real if I won it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that would be kind of like hypocritical though, to even try to play it though, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't really believe in it, because they talking about percentage go back to us, to the school. But when it goes to the school, it's not going in like supplying literature that we don't have, that we really need to have. It goes into building another parking lot to make more people be able to come to school, so then they can get more parking tickets. So you feel me?
Yo, this is definitely good.
You feel me on that? But it's all good though. Like, niggas about to graduate in December though.
Hey, we out here.
Go back to school. They had me for like what? 19 years. They had me in school since I was little, bro. So anyways, man, that's one thing that always bothered me since probably 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, man, this is a really touchy topic, you know what I'm saying? I know when people talk about religion and stuff, you know what I mean? It's roots with it. You grew up in something, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in something. I ain't gonna lie, man, I question it. I question that though sometimes. I used to didn't question it because it was all I knew, but in the back of my mind I questioned it so nobody knew, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard because my Aunt Debbie, she is a devoted Christian, you know what I'm saying? And she always asks me, yo, if God came out right now, would you go to heaven or hell? I'd be like, quiet, just for a little bit. My old self would be quiet and I'd be like, yeah, I'm going, just so she'd think that I, you know? But now I just can't do that though. I can't do that because it's just questions I have answered, you know what I'm saying? And I ask somebody, I ask a pastor or something, you know what I mean? Like, how come God is all good? You know what I'm saying? He all good. He omniscient. He all wise and all knowing. You know what I'm saying? He all powerful. How come you make something that's perfect, that's gonna turn into evil, if you know what's gonna happen and know what's gonna do to mankind? Like, why make it in the first place though? You know what I mean? Now I get replies like, yo, some things you just don't some things you just don't supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? It's all God's plan. You know what I mean? And so that don't make sense to me. I don't really think that's fair to get on my knees and worship something I don't know. You feel me? So that was the hardest song for me to put out. You know what I mean? because my family, I didn't want them to hear it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really want to hear it, but now it's at a point where like, me not letting them hear it would be fake. It would be fake. At least they know now that I think that way, you know what I'm saying? At least they know that my mind is questioning something that doubts instead of just sticking with it, you know what I'm saying? So that goes along with school, you know what I mean? It just go hand in hand with it. Like, I don't understand some things, so, you know what I'm saying? So it's a time we gotta leave some things, you feel me? Just for a little bit, at least, till God really show you himself. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, the other question was talking about addictions, you know what I mean? And I think it was a tantrum show, you know what I'm saying? I performed Judas Iscariot, and at the end I was like, if anybody had to talk to somebody about it, or anybody needs somebody to talk to about addictions, anything, if you addicted to women, if you addicted to alcohol, you know what I'm saying? Pornography, like that joint is all the same. It's all the same because it makes you keep going back because you like it so much, knowing you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, alcohol ain't bad sometimes, you know what I mean. But when it comes to like making you do something that you know you don't need to do, that's when it get kind of bad. But y'all can just holler at me though about it. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I've been through that at least a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not like Eminem have. You know what I mean? But I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? So. That's where all of that falls down into thunderstorms because I know a lot of y'all don't know me well enough to talk to me about something personal like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving y'all my dark side in thunderstorms. So further version of like Edward Scissorhands, further version of like 30 pieces of silver. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give y'all more like of that side. So maybe then we really can't relate though. You feel me? Alright, so keep it real with you, man. My influence, my motivation. You know what I mean? You know you gotta get that speech when you talking about your mama, you feel me?
Yeah.
That's my mom though, you know what I'm saying? And me and her, we done been through a whole lot. She had me at like 16. I'm like 22 now, like be 23. So 7 years ago, if I would've had a child, I'd been in her predicament, you know what I'm saying? So we kinda grew up together. By the time she was my age, 22 now, I was like 6, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, you know, grew up, one and the same, honestly. You know what I mean? She got a little bit more temper than I do. But I feel like when you grow up and you see certain things in somebody else that you don't want to be inside of you, you know what I'm saying? You kind of like run away from that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, sometimes I wish I had that temper though. You feel me? I probably would have went to the league then. But yeah, man, I wrote Jamie's song for her because of her. I wouldn't be able to write music if I wasn't born. You know what I'm saying? The recording at the front. I remember when I wrote it. She got upset with me because I didn't tell her that I recorded her, you know what I mean? I mean, it was on, it was behind her back. It was in the truck, I was in the back seat. I was like, yo, mom, so I gotta ask you something, you know what I'm saying? And she was like ready to talk, cause I come out, you know how you come back home from break, you see your mom, she ready to go out to eat with you and all that.
You was only 8 then, so yeah, I know that you relate when
I recorded her, you know what I'm saying? And I put it on the tape because that was something that she always working, you know what I'm saying? She always working. I'd be like, yo, mom, what's good, what you doing? I get one message back, one word, working, no G, not even a G in it, you know what I'm saying? Alright, I'll let you later, you know what I'm saying? She get back in like 11 or something. Because I'm a part of it. Going to sleep with the kids, unless they already sleep. Doing the same thing over again, you know what I'm saying? I really wrote that to show her, like, that I remember what we went through, you know what I'm saying? Even though she been working all the time, I remember those times she wasn't working. She was at the crib just trying to maintain us mentally, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, she heard it joint. First she was like, yo, she was like, you take that part out. I was like, I ain't tell back. She had on her phone that said red for like a long time. You know what I'm saying?
All those
I
years
didn't
you
really want to
slaved,
do it,
man.
but now I was
And
like,
all those tears that
can't
rained
just be
down.
like, nah,
All
you
those
feel me? So I was like, all right.
Christmas
So then I was like, I'm gonna take it back when I get back home.
Never
from
will I
work.
go forget the weather,
saying?
mama, that you made it through and
By the
never.
time I got
mama.
back to the crib,
I had to
she was
write
like,
this
never
letter,
mind.
mama.
I love it.
These
It's
times
on
they been
beautiful. You
hitting
feel me?
you.
That's when I knew,
I saw
like,
it in your eyes on Thanksgiving. We was in the
that's when I
living
knew,
room.
like, that's all I needed with it. You
Around
know
all
what I'm
the
saying?
kids that God he had given you.
For my mom to be like,
I swear to God,
I love that
when you
joint. That's all
sacrifice
you really need. You know what I'm saying?
selfless love, it wasn't taught. But somehow you still give
I
it
guess
to us despite all of them times.
I give y'all
man, we
more of
make
that
you
though.
miserable. I love you, woman. Look, me and mama, we riding around in that Honda. The Lord smiled when he made you. Yeah, he knew what you was gonna accomplish. Damn. Back in them days, man. She said, me